Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Jan and Shaka with me, boys. Predict the Champions League finalists this season. We'll see how good or bad predictors Shaka and Jan will be. Jan, I'm going to start with you because Shaka won't remember the bracket, so we can have a look at that while you give us your answer.
Well, there's one part of it we'll have all the big teams each other. So I would say Bayern Munich against Atletico Madrid.
Of course you'd say Bayern. And Bayern then obviously to win it, Jan, with your German ways?
No, we don't have to. You think that I'll only go for the Norwegians and the Germans?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I will think that Atletico Madrid will win that final. Finally, they will win the Champions League final.
Oh, that'd be fun. Shaka?
So the bracket's already drawn. Is that the assumption here?
Yes, all the good teams are at the bottom. PSG and the other ones, Atalanta at the top.
Just agree with me.
I agree with Jan.
Oh, don't give us that, Shaka. PSG, Atalanta in the top half? No? Right, good.
Well, they can't both go through, can they?
Oh, yes, I know, but then one of them will go...
I think Atlanta are going to beat PSG. Where else are you going? Who else?
What about Atalanta? Are they going to win as well? So Atalanta are going to beat...
What did I say?
Yeah, I'm sure you said Atlanta. And Atalanta to beat PSG, and then they...
Atalanta. I didn't say Atlanta. Don't be silly. I said Atalanta.
And then Atalanta will play, what, Atleti after they beat Leipzig?
They text us.
Yep.
Good, right. It's terrible television. Right, okay, yeah, and then... yeah, brilliant. Oh, God, can we edit that? Yeah, we'll edit that, don't worry. Who's in a worse situation? Mesut Ozil or Gareth Bale, Jan?
Wow, that's a good question, by the way. Gareth Bale seems very comfortable that he's playing Perez. He's just looking at his contract and think, well, they got to do something. They don't play me. I have to show all the body language in the world that I am not happy, but I'm still happy. So I will say that will be a draw because Ozil as well. He seems very happy, congratulating his teammates. But I think that they should somehow now at the end of their careers, great careers by the way, the both of them, they should play football. So I'm not sure about who is best positioned for world stars as they used to be. They should play football.
Problem is, Shaq, no one's going to pay their wages anymore if they do move.
No, they won't. But between the two, I think Gareth Bale is in the better position in that whatever comes at the end of their respective contracts, I think there'll be a bigger queue for Gareth Bale, even at less wages. And at the same time, right now, and until that point comes, right now Gareth Bale has the escape of going and playing for Wales, which he thoroughly enjoys. Mesut Ozil doesn't have that escape himself in going back to represent the German national team. So between the two, I think Gareth Bale is the more comfortable.
Who is the most one-footed player you've ever played with?
Wow.
Jan, how are you? Were you good with both feet for people who maybe didn't see you in black and white?
Or was I equally bad with both? Now, when I was a kid, I had my dad always saying you have to train with your left foot. So I was more exact with my bad foot, but I had a better right foot. Of who I've played with, it's gonna be a guy. If you remember him, he played for Rapid Vienna and Werder Bremen and the Austrian national team, being the Israeli national coach till late he left. Is Andreas Herzog, a very good player at his time, but he didn't have a right foot.
Shaka, how are you with both feet?
Oh no, my left foot was a walking stick. I could kick the ball with my left only if I hit it first time when the ball was rolling back to me. Anything other than that, I had to use my right. So you'd done well to be worse with your left foot than me. Probably, if I'm thinking about it and just thinking quickly, I would maybe go Keith Gillespie up at Newcastle, but he played out on the right wing. Never really had any reason to come inside on his left. He would just go down the line and cross. That's what he did all day, every day, and they did really well. So he could get away with it.
But it's interesting, Dan, that people who have so good left feet or left foot, they often have a bad right foot. It seems, and I'm not saying that there's probably some science on this, but the people with the right foot sometimes have a better left foot, if you know what I mean. So growing up with Diego Maradona, watched him. I don't think he was the best player in his time, and I don't I never saw him kick with the right foot, did we? Not many times.
When you think one-footed player, you just immediately think Iron Robin, don't you? And obviously left-footed as well, so that kind of springs to mind. Jan, will Leipzig get past Atletico Madrid? No. According to Jan, he's got Atletico winning it all in a thrilling 0-0 final penalty shootout.
Or not Ramos scoring in the last second this time against Atletico Madrid. Well, I think that Leipzig but they are the challenges here. Atletico will be the favorite, of course, and losing Timo Werner as well. So I would think that Atletico Madrid will go through. I saw Nagelsmann say what we've done in Champions League this year has been sensational. That seems as a bit that we're happy where we are. But to be an outsider is also a good position to be in, but I think Atletico Madrid will take that one.
Shaka, do you think Kepa deserves another season with a more strengthened defence? He had the third highest clean sheets last campaign after all.
No, Kepa hasn't filled me with any kind of confidence. If you're strengthening the defence, I still think you need to get a goalkeeper in behind.
Do you have any relevant stats about Kepa, Shaq?
I quoted a stat last show, John, and you and Craig have not stopped reminding me about my one stat, so I'm not bringing up any more stats ever again. Ever.
We've never heard you quote stats in your life, Shaq. This FA Cup final, you bring them out.
I brought out one stat. I bring out one stat. And you've not stopped talking about my one stat.
10 years, that's one more stat that I've ever heard you bring out, to be fair. It's because you're wearing a tie. When you're wearing a tie for FA Cup final, you got all smart on us.
It was amazing. It was an amazing stat, I thought. I thought it was a really good stat.
Give us the stat again for people who didn't see it.
But I'm not going to repeat it.
No, go on, say it.
All right. Kepa, in all the goals he's conceded this season, 30% of them he didn't even move for, which is ridiculous from a goalkeeping perspective. And that's me in the Goalkeepers Union.
It's a good stat. Great stat.
It's not bad, is it?
I thought it was a great stat, Jan.
Where did you take that from?
For 30%. That's all kinds of wrong.
Shaka watched every goal that he's ever conceded and then came up with a formula to work that out.
And I counted.
Yeah, right. You stole that from someone.
30% he didn't even move, Dan.
Yeah, apparently so.
Shaka, how do you define movement?
Oh.
The opposite of Craig at Last Orders.
Yeah. I find when you move, that kind of negates it. If you dive, let's put it that way. If you dive.
Okay, fair enough.
Should Angelino stay at Leipzig or go back to Man City, Jan? Depends what Pep Guardiola have in line for him. I think he should stay in Leipzig because I think a lot of these players, they kind of need that extra year. He should stay there, do the same as Sancho did another year. I think that the timing now, when you see Sancho coming back to English football, it's perfect timing, and I don't think it's a perfect timing for the Leipzig player. Shaka, is there even a 1% chance of Chelsea to make a comeback?
Oh, in the Champions League, you mean? Oh, no.
What do you think?
In
the FA Cup final, in the match that's played on Saturday.
There's 1% chance. One minute you're talking about Leipzig, and all of a sudden we're talking about Jadon Sancho, then all of a sudden you throw this in. Give me some context.
We have mentioned Jadon Sancho.
All right, never mind. There's a 1% chance just because, but let's be honest. You go with the 99. Still 99% Dortmund. Bayern Munich.
1% chance.
Bayern Munich. Stop confusing me.
But it's a bigger chance that Chelsea will win the FA Cup final this season than they will go through against Bayern Munich.
Shaka sweating up as always, which brings us to our next question. How's the AC coming, Shaka?
It's coming fine, except for whenever you host, you make me turn it off.
Well, it's very loud.
Seb never does that, let me just say.
So we've gone from
nice
how's the
and
AC
cool
going
when Seb's here
to your favourite holiday food, Shaka?
My favorite holiday food. Any seafood I'm going to go for.
What's your particular...
When you're on holiday, you have to have seafood.
What's your particular favourite, Shaq?
Anything, Dan.
Yeah?
Anything.
Bit of fish and chips.
Calamari. How about that? Let's just go calamari.
Calamari's a bit stringy.
I had a really good calamari in my wife and I went to Italy once. It was good. It's the best calamari I've ever had.
Oh, Gab says you ordered it wrong. Jan, what about you? Favourite holiday food?
I would go with fish. I'm a Norwegian, so fish we always love. But I also love Italy, so then I would go for a tagliatella salmone.
Oh, lovely. Jan, I saw a picture of you with a big fish. Did you catch that, or did somebody catch it and then give it to you to make you look like you did it?
Very good, Dan. First of all, you're right. That was my brother-in-law who got that fish, and I got it on Twitter. Thank you.
There you are. You see, take all the credit.
We were two families there. We were 9 persons. 8 got fish, and I didn't get one.
Well, there we go. Similar to your scoring record, really. Right, Jan, who was the best manager that you ever worked with?
Well, I got some bad ones.
We talked about Howard Kendall in the show and his preparation for the playoff final. Was you going to get drunk on the Isle of Man?
Kendall was a great manager. He was a great manager. But I also had no, I won't say that. I think I got to go for my national coach Egil Olsen, because he came on. I had 24 caps before he came on, and we never won anything. And we got qualified for the World Cup, small Norwegian team, and so I have to go for Egil Olsen. Tactically brilliant at that time, and we were ahead of the time with our counter-attack. So I will go Egil Olsen as my favorite manager.
Shaka, you know when you're wiping yourself down, we can still see you. You're on camera when all that is going on. I know you're new to television.
But look, it's coming through my shirt now.
Hey,
That's your favorite food? Your calamari.
Did you see the picture of Frank topless, Shaq? I tell you what.
I know. He's inspired me to start working out.
Really?
On my back.
Really? Oh, your back?
With my back.
Yeah. Well, you're sweating out at least a bit. When it's safe to do so and stadiums open up one day in the future, what team's opening stadium atmosphere would you like to witness in person the most, Jan?
I will go for, I think, 2 stadiums. There are a lot of great stadiums, but I will always say to people that one should go to Dortmund and see the yellow wall. They should see the 81,000 people and the 25, 30 behind one of the goals. And I always felt when I was a player, and also when I go back as a journalist, that Anfield is unbelievable. And I think that Anfield now celebrating their Premier League trophy would be great to be a part of.
That's it. Should we keep going? Keep making Shaka suffer some more, or is that enough?
No. Let's go.
That's it. Gentlemen, thank you very much. ESPN
I'm
FC.
hot and I'm sweaty.
Well, yes, we can see that, Shaq. You don't need us to tell that. That is it. We are off for the day. If you're listening to the podcast, you're very lucky you don't get to see Shaka in that state. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.